The beauty about this wonderful channel of ours, of course, all of our community and our wonderful chums around the world are. They say comments about certain things and it just gets you thinking. That's what I hope the channel would do, you see. Get everybody sort of thinking about things, good, bad, indifferent, at least people talking together, passing comments, etc. Now, a recent video was, of course, about the brilliant entertainer from Yorkshire. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, I know. Wilfred Pickles, the man who created Have a Go and had a huge radio success in the 1940s, well through, in fact, to the 50s, and then became something of a very good actor, appearing in many films, including Billy Liar and For the Love of Ada. And then when you look down the comments and you see all those wonderful comments about the memories of said Yorkshire superstar, someone wrote in there, "Neil, did you ever meet Mrs. Mills?" Now, as I've often said here on the show, you know, I'm knocking on a bit, but I'm not that ancient yet. But of course, I knew all of these wonderful people, all thanks to my illustrious show business background, all thanks to my wonderful mom and dad, you see. And what was interesting about Mrs. Mills, in case you didn't know, was that she was this brilliant pianist, honky-tonk pianist that really got discovered very much late in life. In fact, she was 43 when she hit the big time. She was playing at a local pub in Loughton in Essex, where she lived, and as it often is the case, a record executive from EMI, the home of the Beatles, Abbey Road no less, spotted her, signed her up and came up with an idea about, say, you know, a sort of sing-along album, Let's Have a Party. It was a huge success. And suddenly Gladys Mills became an international superstar. Not only that, she had mega hits in the likes of New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong. She really did reach all sort of four corners. In fact, the Beatles really enjoyed working at Abbey Road when she was there, because obviously she didn't really take celebrity too seriously, as you can imagine, reaching such fame later in life. But what was interesting about Mrs. Mills, and I've got this from Des O'Connor, who was lucky enough to work with her on many occasions, it didn't matter what huge stars you brought to meet her, like say Lena Horne or Shirley Bassey, she treated everybody simply with the same sort of, "Oh, hello, how are you?" you know, and then would just carry on playing. She appeared on all the big TV shows of the day, Wheel Tappers and Shunters, do you remember that, with Bernard Manning and Colin Crompton, and always just wowed the crowd because she could get up on the piano and get everybody singing along to all the tunes that you just loved and knew. But, you know, we all know them, don't we? That's the thing. Then really, you know, she really did take off to such a big degree. She influenced so many people, including the modern pop stars of that particular era. Sir Elton John told me that he was very much influenced by the style and the playing of Mrs. Mills, and she had huge fans in international icons also doing the same thing, from the likes of Winifred Atwell and of course the brilliant Liberace. Let's not forget the likes of Charlie Coons, and who remembers Joe Mr. Piano Henderson. I know I'm throwing some names out there today. Mrs. Mills is all over YouTube if you want to sample her delightful work. She carried on performing well into the 70s, and sadly we lost her in 1978. But fear not, if you ever go up to Essex, Loughton in Essex, which is a very nice area, let me tell you, there is a blue plaque outside of her home where she lived all of those years ago. And isn't it nice, the fact that her music lives on, her memory lives on? And all thanks to this one comment on our channel today, we're remembering Mrs. Mills one more time. Do check her out when you get that spare moment. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.